My own mom screamed at me over the phone. "We're not your bank anymore, get out." I froze for a second, my heart pounding, and then my phone buzzed. It was my fund manager asking, "Approve their $30,000 monthly allowance?" I typed a reply that would shut them up forever. And in that moment, everything changed. If you've ever been belittled by someone you love, underestimated by the people who should support you, or just made to feel invisible, hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, and comment below if you've ever dreamed of serving the perfect revenge. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a story of payback, it's a story of justice, precision, and triumph. I grew up thinking I was invisible, not in that poetic, misunderstood way, but truly invisible. My parents had favorites, and unfortunately I was not it. I was always the responsible one, the quiet girl who kept her head down, followed the rules, and did her best. My sister, on the other hand, was the golden child. Everything she touched turned to gold. It wasn't just about favoritism, it was about money, attention, and status. From the outside, our family looked perfect, but behind closed doors, my existence was negotiable, my feelings optional. I learned early that if I wanted anything, I had to fight for it quietly, strategically. The breaking point came on a Monday afternoon. I had been juggling multiple projects, managing investments, and finally trying to build a little independence. My phone buzzed with a message from my mom, and I could sense her irritation even through the text. "We're not your bank anymore. Get out." Every word was sharp, cutting through me. My chest tightened. My hands shook slightly. This wasn't the first time money had been used as a weapon, but it stung differently this time. I had just started showing signs of growth, hints that I could actually take control of my life, and she was trying to shut it down. I could hear her voice in my head, the echo of years of dismissive remarks. "You'll never make it. You're not smart enough. You're too soft." The anger built, not the hot, uncontrolled kind, but a cold, calculating fury, the kind that breeds strategy. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I opened my email, then my fund manager's chat, and there it was, a notification blinking like a neon sign. Approve their $30,000 monthly allowance? The same family that tried to humiliate me, the same family that screamed at me to get out. They were about to get everything handed to them, and I had the power to control it. I paused. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. I pictured my mom's face when she realized that she had lost control. My sister, smug and untouchable, would be left staring at me like I'd grown into someone she couldn't manipulate. I typed a single sentence and hit send. And then, silence. Not just the kind of silence when people are stunned, but the kind that burrows into the bones. My phone didn't buzz again for hours. Later, I learned that every member of my family had seen the message. My mom, my dad, my sister, they all stared at the screen and couldn't respond. What did I write? I won't repeat it word for word, but imagine all the years of condescension, dismissal, and outright cruelty wrapped into a single, precise reply. It wasn't rude, it was just undeniable. It exposed every flaw in their behavior and made it impossible for them to argue. I leaned back in my chair, feeling my heartbeat slow. The relief wasn't just in the revenge, it was in reclaiming my power. For years, I had let them dictate my value. Now, I was untouchable. The days that followed were surreal. My mom tried to call. My sister sent passive-aggressive messages. My dad attempted to guilt me, but the reply I had sent had left them speechless. Every attempt to manipulate me bounced off like bullets against steel. I realized something crucial. The perfect revenge isn't about shouting or confrontation. It's about strategy, precision, and timing. It's about letting the other person's own arrogance and assumptions undo them. I didn't have to yell or throw a tantrum, they did it for me. Simply by being predictable, entitled, and overconfident. And here's the kicker, the $30,000 monthly allowance. I had the final say. I could approve it, reduce it, or restructure it in ways they didn't expect. I knew how to make it sting without breaking any laws or moral codes. I wasn't being cruel, I was being just. I wasn't destroying them, I was teaching them a lesson they couldn't ignore. It's funny, before this, I had been so obsessed with their approval that their anger could break me. But in that moment, As I sat in the quiet of my apartment, I realized that their approval was irrelevant. Power isn't about forcing someone to like you, it's about owning your own destiny and letting the consequences of their actions unfold naturally. The revenge wasn't immediate fireworks, it was a slow, inexorable shift. The text I sent circulated like wildfire. Friends, extended family, even some of their colleagues saw it. My mom, who once thought she could humiliate me at will, had to rethink everything she believed about me. My sister, who had always assumed she was smarter and more capable, now had to contend with the reality that her little sister could outmaneuver her without breaking a sweat. I wasn't gloating. I wasn't shouting from rooftops. I was living my life, quietly watching as the respect that had been denied to me for decades began to materialize, not because I demanded it, but because I had earned it in the most undeniable way possible. And the beauty of it? My life didn't collapse. My family didn't crumble, but the dynamics shifted forever. The fear, the respect, and the acknowledgement came naturally. It was elegant, it was precise, and it was mine. I remember sitting back one evening, sipping tea, thinking about how much time I had wasted trying to prove myself to people who had no intention of appreciating me. And yet, ironically, the act of standing up calmly and cleverly taught them a lesson far stronger than any shouting match could have. Weeks later, my mom finally approached me, not with anger, but with caution. I could see it in her eyes. The recognition of power, the subtle acknowledgement that the dynamic had changed. My sister still tried to look unbothered, but the tremor in her voice betrayed her. I smiled quietly, understanding that the revenge had succeeded, not because of loud declarations or dramatic confrontations, but because it was fair, precise, and unavoidable. They couldn't argue, couldn't manipulate, couldn't ignore it. I had won not just a small victory, but a total, elegant one. Looking back, the lesson is clear. You don't have to fight fire with fire. Sometimes the best revenge is strategy, clarity, and restraint. Stand firm, plan carefully, and let the consequences do the talking. Power isn't about causing pain, it's about creating a reality that cannot be denied. If you've ever felt belittled or underestimated, remember, revenge doesn't need to be loud to be devastating. Comment below with the most satisfying moment you've seen someone reclaim their power. Hit like, subscribe, and share this story because everyone deserves to witness the elegance of a well-earned victory.